Hey guys, I'm kind of just throwing myself into this one because I don't want to premeditate it. Um, I kind of just want to talk a little bit about and begin to talk about energy and, yeah, energy. What is it? Well, I guess I'm not going to give you a what as much as I'd like to give you an introduction yourself. By energy, I sort of mean, it's not conceptual, it's very direct. It's what they call in the East the subtle body systems, the energy that is a part of all of us. And the truth is, you can access it directly. You can feel it. It's a part of you. It is part of who you are. It's sort of like part of your body. Um, it's as natural as breath. It's as easy as inhalation and exhalation, and you can feel it in your hands and in the palms of your hands. And yeah, it's part of this nice flowing system, and many people have made an art of using it for inspiration, using it for healing, just seeing it as an intricate and a holistic, real aspect of everyone's lives, of the world, really. And the weird thing is, it can't necessarily be detected or proven as far as I'm concerned, and if anybody's really interested in doing so, um, that's not really important. It's sort of a natural part of our experience. Some of us it isn't as much, but I do believe that most of us can learn to sort of connect to that aspect, that part of ourselves. And yeah, so I guess that's where I'll start. Um, if you want to familiarize yourself with this part of our being, I guess you could say, try not to conceptualize too much. Use your thinking brain as an instrument for it. So if you want to do visualizations to help focus energy, to focus healing, um, or even meditation, that is when thoughts are important as a supplementary tool or guide to help you focus. Because you can practice using energy, connecting, feeling other people. Um, it's all very much there. It's just a matter of learning to use it and practicing it in everyday life. And a good place to start is with yourself, just feeling your body during meditation, feeling a tingling sensation. It's very hard to describe as much as describing the color red is hard to describe. It just sort of is. It's a sensation. And this is more than a sensation. It is also a sort of a field, sort of like energy field. And it's everywhere. It's part of everything. It's interpermeating. And in that sense, you can reach out to other people. You can connect to other people in that way. In a very soulful way, I guess you could say. And I guess living and seeing this as part of your life, this sort of thing becomes important too, as much as calling people on the phone. It's sort of a natural thing as well to feel them, and it honestly opens you up. It makes you more empathetic. It makes you connect to people. You suddenly pick up on stuff that you didn't before about who they are and what they're feeling, and not necessarily reading their minds or anything, but you can definitely sort of catch on to more, especially with your friends or girlfriends or boyfriends. It's just sort of like a very intimate sort of connection, heart to heart. And in that sense, it's not very um, dependent on you being a fairly intelligent person or any of that. It's not dependent on the intellect, really. More so, it's dependent on familiarizing yourself with your body and energy and just naturally learning it that way. Familiarizing yourself with sensation. And it's really like learning to to do a specific, almost like a physical task. It's just there, and you can learn how to refine it and use it. Some people can do this through healing, and other such methods are just really connecting to somebody. If you're close with someone, just try to feel their presence. Just try to reach out, open up to them. Um, and when you start doing this to yourself and to other people, you notice there are blocks in a way. And in Chinese medicine, they call these blocks, of course, well, they call them blocks. They call them, basically, we all have a flow and an energy system. And these blocks are basically things that just not chop us, but like they kind of block us up. They make something stagnant. There's something about the way our whole energy system is flowing, where something's stuck somewhere, and we have to release that. And this can be a psychological block, this can be an emotional block, and it can be a mix of both. It can even be physical. Certain things, once become not too sensitive, once become very sensitive to energy of the physical world, certain things can help, not help, but block us up. This could be just wearing a particular type of item, being in a particular type of environment, and even thinking certain things, being stressed out. Certain systems in our body block up. Sort of the subtle body system gets stagnant, and things like acupuncture and Reiki and healing are ways, or even massaging with energy and feeling the body of someone else. These are all ways to help release these blocks. Now, we can't do this for other people entirely. If we're very good, yes, we can temporarily help someone see they don't need to hold on to their emotional blocks. We can help them heal. We can help them with particular ailments that may not necessarily be in their control. But ultimately, if you continue this practice, you begin to notice blocks in yourself and others that are very psychological, our baggage, our emotional psychological issues. And even these, if you want to really learn to become more open, even these have to sort of let go a little bit. You have to begin to let go of these things because they serve as blocks. They really are inhibitors from opening up and simply being. Simplicity is very important here because if we're over theorizing, if we're emotionally restrained, it's going to show to others and to ourselves more and more the more we practice. So it requires us to be more open with ourselves, more accepting of ourselves. Acceptance is very important too. And this all connects to whichever practice you may be having or doing with meditation. You need to have some form of acceptance and some kind of simplicity that's inside in order to reach these points, because it's very difficult to do this stuff if you are wound up. If you have a lot of blocks, then how can there be any natural flow? And without any natural flow, how can you reach out to others and connect so easily without these things in the way? It's sort of like when if you're concentrating or trying to concentrate, but you can't because there's so many issues you're thinking about, then of course you won't be able to. Or when you're meditating, you can't have a simple mind by using it too much. You can't find that peace in the silence if you're chattering, like I am right now. But, yeah, so it requires a balance of many different things, and you begin to learn about yourself much more completely than you ever did before. And, yes, it does open up other things. You may begin to sense things that are commonly thought of as paranormal. You may be able to sense people's emotions much better, be more empathetic, I think is a good word for it. You sort of become an empath. People start to rub off on you more. And it does affect day-to-day life. It's not necessarily easy, but it can affect you. It's a new evolution, like if you're at this level now, if you're at this point of this openness, then things can hurt you more. But I like what Ken Wilber says about this, hurts more, bothers you less. There's a lot of neuroses that are gonna be let go of, but you're gonna be equally, in a certain sense, you're gonna be able to be hurt more because you'll be more hypersensitive to reality. It's sensitivity on many different levels: physical, emotional, and psychic. But all of that discussion, all of that talking about, none of that is as important as your own practice and your own openness with yourself to the energy and feeling and sensing. And then many things come as a result of that, like intuition. And it's very subtle. It's very nothing to brag about. It's just part of life. It's just part of being, and that's where it always comes back down to. And this is just another way to teach and to learn and to grow. So thank you for listening, and please make a response video or comment. Thanks.